the very first time.
First thing they'll ever do, really, in Congress. That's a tough stand to take. So here's your the first 10. You got Louis Gohmert, who we've just spoken to. Ted Yoho, who is thinking about, not committed to, but thinking about also running himself. You have Steve King from Iowa.
He's great.
Bridenstine from Oklahoma, who's always very solid. You have Dave Bratt, the freshman, of course, took out Eric Cantor, primary. So we know him well, but that's a tough stand, even as a guy who's known for this. Yeah.
First time in.
Yeah. And then you've got Walter Jones from North Carolina, who has a 100% FreedomWorks rating. Very good. How about this guy? Gary Palmer from Alabama.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. He's a freshman coming in, first time. Again, he didn't have the recognition of Dave Bratt. So you're not necessarily as nationally known, and your first thing you're doing is taking a stand against the Speaker of the House.
I am really
how great is that?
Yeah.
First thing these guys are going to do, they're getting all kinds of heat. You go nowhere, Jack. Yeah. They back you into a corner. Yeah. You're done. Do you understand? You're done. You won't be sweeping the floors here.
And we had actually a caller who called in who did not want to go on the air, but his brother is coming into Congress and said they are getting that exact pressure. You're not going to be in any committees. You're not going to have any power.
Of course they are.
Yep.
They do that every time. That's how he stayed in power, despite being a piss-poor speaker for 8 years.
That's the thing. They have to be more afraid of the American people than they are of John Boehner.
Yeah, they do.
And here's the thing. You've got to give them spine. We're not talking about going to the Lindsey Grahams of the world. We're talking about going to the people who vote for FreedomWorks 95 to 100% of the time.
Yeah.
And there's 35 of those guys. 35.
Yeah.
You only need 29.
Yeah, you have 10 who have already committed to vote against him. You have 3 who voted against him last time in 2013 when it was arguably more difficult. If Justin Amash, for example, who has a 100% FreedomWorks rating, has just not come out and made a statement yet of where he's voting. But you would assume if he voted against him last time, he's going to vote against him again this time. So that gets you to 13. If you just take the people who have 100% ratings from FreedomWorks in 2014,
21.
That gets you to 21. And if you go to the area of 95% FreedomWorks scores, which is they disagree with FreedomWorks on only one vote the entire year, you're up to 35.
And the only danger here, is if they just vote present. So if they're spineless, this is requiring them to stand up and take a stand.
Vote for somebody else.
Vote for anybody but John Boehner. You only need 29. They take the vote tomorrow. The switchboard, hard to get through. Call the local offices, but call the Capitol switchboard, 202-224-3121. Tell them, you vote for Boehner, we're done. We're done. We will remember in 2016.